Hey guys, what's up? It's CT out in the garage. Today I'm going to give you a quick shop update, let you know what's been going on. There's a lot of things that have been happening. It's pretty cool. So this will be a quick short video, just show you around a few things and give you an update. Stay tuned. All right guys, what has been going on in CT's garage in the past week? I know it's been a few days since the last video, and that last video was the generator. We took it apart. I was waiting to get the puller back. I still have to get this armature turned. If anyone knows anybody in Orlando that has a turner, let me know. Or a lathe that can turn it. There's the engine for Rusty. We still need to finish it, but that is going to happen soon. And Actually, I talked to Dennis, and I'm probably gonna finish it myself because he's super busy. There's a lot going on in his shop, and I have the confidence after seeing him build this part of it that I can finish it, and that's probably what's gonna happen, so stay tuned for that. Also, there have been a couple of really awesome additions to the shop that are pretty wild. I'm not sure quite how to explain it, but here they are. It's pretty amazing. There is an air compressor. It's probably one of the best air compressors on the market right now. This is an air compressor from Eaton Air. This is their Polar Air Industrial Plus. It's a 10 horsepower, and it has the silent air technology. Basically, it runs the noise through this Whisper 100 box, which is kind of like a muffler and an exhaust system for the motor, and it cuts down the noise dramatically. Also, their engines run at a lower RPM. They can still get the same amount of horsepower out of them, but they're able to run at a lower RPM, so the noise levels are a lot quieter. Everything about this unit is pretty amazing, and we should be able to use it in the garage and not bother the neighbors, and also be able to tolerate it here in the shop while we're using it. So that in itself is an amazing addition to the shop. I can't even believe it's there, but it is. And we're gonna go into more detail about the quality of this product, where it's made, and all of the features that it has. Still got to get it wired up and plumbed in, so that's going to be a few more days. Now, this is also an amazing piece of equipment. This is Vapor Honing Technologies, VHT, another product made here in the USA. This is their Weekend Warrior. It is a pretty cool unit. It's their base unit, believe it or not. This is their Weekend Warrior. They make units that service huge commercial industries that are 3, 4, 5 times this size. They even have automated systems that run by themselves. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty amazing unit. This is a vapor blaster. It uses high pressure water and media, like just like a sandblaster would, but they add the high pressure water in there, and it gives it a lot better finish. It cleans better, it polishes better. And again, this is just a quick overview. We're gonna go into much more detail about what this unit can do. But in the meantime, if you're interested, go check out Vapor Honing Technologies on YouTube. Jonathan has tons of videos on there that he's produced over the years that go into detail about how to use this unit and what the other units are capable of doing. So check that out when you get a chance. Also check out Polar Air, Eaton Air. They make a few different models, and this is amazing. I was considering getting the 5 horse. It's a little bit cheaper, but I went ahead and spent a little bit more money and got the 10 horse and the 80-gallon tank. That way it's not running as often, which will cut down on the noise, which will cut down on fatigue. So, you know, I want to try to keep it as quiet in here as possible so I'm not bothering my neighbors, and I'm also not bothering myself and creating headaches and stuff like that. Why did I get these units? I'm going to go into more detail later, but just a quick, every shop needs an air compressor, and for all kinds of uses. We'll go into more details about how I'm going to use it with the vapor blaster later, but every shop needs an air compressor. Now, do they need this one? Not necessarily, but I've always liked to buy American if possible, and I like to support my fellow Americans. And just like when I buy my guitars, I like Fender American made guitars, I like Gibson American made guitars. Now, that doesn't mean that other countries aren't capable of making great products. They are. I mean, Germany makes amazing products. There's some products that come out of China and Japan and other places that are pretty awesome too, but I think you guys know where I'm going with this. It's just these are made here in the United States. They're well built and they're made to last. So going back to what I was getting at before, every shop needs a compressor. I just happen to get one a little more, bigger than I probably need, but I'm hoping that in the next year or two, this shop, this garage will become something more, and I'll already have the tools to grow into it. So, and that's another reason why I got the Vapor Honing Technologies Weekend Warrior, because it's a good unit to start with. It's capable of doing lots and lots of sandblasting type projects, and also you can polish aluminum. If you're working on something like a restoration project like these heads and you wanted to polish them back to like new specs or even better, you can do that with the Vapor Honing Technologies unit. So there's tons of things that you can save. Like we'll be able to put this in there, completely get rid of the rust and bring it back to its natural state so we can paint it. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I'll get into that more later. What else is going on? These are the parts from the 67 Gia. Dennis came over the other night and we started tearing into it. I'll release that video later on this week, maybe Saturday or something like that. But basically, we're gonna do a first start video on the 67 Gia. I've replaced the carburetor, the distributor, and a few other items. And we had an issue. We couldn't get it started, and we think it might be the capacitor. So we're gonna change this capacitor and see if we can get it going. Stay tuned. So hopefully this is all we need to replace after we've already replaced the carburetor, the distributor, and the coil. I mean, these are the parts, and we replaced the plugs and the cables. So stay tuned for that video. I haven't actually started it yet, so hopefully this is the magic key. I'm gonna record that now, hopefully. So after you're done watching this, stay tuned for the next video. It'll be out in a couple more days, and hopefully it'll be the first start in over 45 years on the 67 Gia. Apparently that car has been sitting since like 74. So, and if you look at the engine, you can tell, I mean, these are the parts that came off. The distributor's filthy. The last guy that had it tried to start it. It looked like he cleaned the carburetor, but he didn't rebuild it. Basically, this is kind of how I found it. Just the distributor was pulled out of it. The carburetor was sitting there, wasn't even on it. So I guess the guy just gave up. But we're gonna get it running, hopefully, and get some new brakes. I've got new brake parts for it. So we're gonna replace all the brakes, and if all goes well, we're gonna have it up and running in the next week or so, and I'll be able to take it to Bug Jam, which is gonna be pretty amazing. So Stay tuned, more to come. All right, guys, I appreciate the support. I want to give a big thanks to Vapor Honing Technologies for hooking me up, and Eaton Air. Thank you, guys. This is pretty amazing. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.